You're such an asshole.
Greetings all, we have a simple request. Actually, the request is not that simple. You think it'd be complicated, but it's actually quite simple. Asshole. Now and then I like to take a peek around the Bureau of Labor Statistics site, mostly just out of curiosity. Upon looking at the fastest growing occupations page, the number one pick has me baffled. Wind turbine service technician jobs are projected to grow 108%. Is this artificially inflated due to government subsidies, or is there a real free market demand for more wind power? All right, thanks, corporal capitalism. No, there is no free market when it comes to wind turbines. That's like Tesla. It is so warped, it is so fucked, it is by government intervention that it is nothing resembling a free market. So without government subsidies, the vast majority of wind turbines would not exist. So like Solyndra kind of threw a loop for the solar cells market, solar panels market, so too has government subsidies for wind farms thrown this for a loop. Now, all that being said, you don't even have to look this up. You think about wind turbines and electronics, or not the electronics, the mechanics that go into it. What is the life expectancy of motors? What is the life expectancy of wind turbines? And, depending on what it is, and certainly some of you aeronautic engineers, mechanical engineers can email. But what was the big push, like 15 years ago? Well, they need maintenance. And the more and more there is of them, the more and more people build them, the more and more jobs are going to be in demand to fix these things. And I'm sure the first, even the second generation of these are starting to come up on their due date for either maintenance or repair or replacement. And yeah, absolutely, that is no shocker there. The issue is, though, if you're looking to join this career, this profession, well, then you got to learn a little bit about numbers. This doesn't mean that they're going to be hiring millions of wind turbine technicians. For example, let's say there were 10 wind turbine technicians in the entire United States and that market was at equilibrium. And then they say, this year we're going to need to hire 90 more, so we'll have 100. And they'll say, oh my gosh, that's 1,000% increase, 10 times the amount of, wow. And then everybody floods it, well, okay, 10 times 10, that's 1,000. Or no, 10 times 10 is 100. Is that 1,000% increase? Yeah, that's 1,000 over. Yeah, I think that's right. So that doesn't mean that everybody should now be rushing off to the schools to apply for these jobs. That's merely just the percentage growth rate. This could be a very small group of people, wind turbine technicians and maintenance people, and so it's going to go from that much to that much, which percentage-wise is double, but it's still not that much. So you have to look at the nominal figures to see, okay, how many people does this industry actually employ? All right, so that's the other thing there. You got to kind of look out for it. But yeah, no, this is all fabricated. I'm trying to think. Would be something similar. This would be very similar. Do you remember the mid-2000s where every one of your loser buddies was becoming a mortgage broker? Does that ring a bell? Government floods the money with low interest rate money. There's no standards for lending or loan policy. And then everyone was going to become a mortgage broker. Do you remember that? I mean, I had like several friends that one was a musician, another ran a restaurant, third, well, he was always employed as independent, but they all became mortgage brokers. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why is everyone becoming a mortgage broker? Well, it had nothing to do with a real demand. It was artificially low interest rates that drove it. So this is simply the exact same thing. So certainly not a bad job to get into if there's a shortage. Certainly not a bad profession to get into if you could parlay it into other things like HVAC or air conditioner repair. But yeah, I'd see how many people are employed first in this industry that it's all of a sudden going to have a doubling. Best of luck to all of you. Toodles.